It is August 19th, 2026. This research overview is AI-generated and requires human review before it is relied upon. Today's partial collection covers 34 analyzed papers, with agent engineering clearly leading the agenda. The recurring lesson is that an agent cannot be evaluated as just a language model. Its harness, tools, memory, stored skills, execution environment, and reward pipeline all shape what it can accomplish and how it can fail.
The strongest agent training theme was reinforcement learning through the same harness used at deployment. Agent Lightning improved a 9 billion parameter coding model from 41.8 to 56.4% on a verified repository repair benchmark. Lego RL reported gains between 5.8 and 9.4 percentage points across 3 separately trained coding harnesses. Those are measured results, but not a head-to-head comparison. The models, harnesses, datasets, and training configurations differ.
Why is harness native training technically important? A coding agent may make several model calls, rewrite its context, run tools, and receive only one final pass or fail reward. Both systems preserve the harness's control over that process while capturing the actual sampled tokens and executable outcome. But both also expose an unresolved problem. One final reward may be copied onto many calls, even though some calls helped and others harmed. Better call-level credit assignment is therefore a concrete next experiment.
A third optimization paper used black box evolution strategies instead of policy gradient reinforcement learning. Its authors report a 6.69% improvement over a no-skill condition and wins in 28 of 36 coevolution settings. That evidence is much weaker because only the abstract was available. The underlying metric, raw scores, uncertainty, and even whether 6.69% is relative or absolute, could not be checked. Claims about inference-level memory use and better long-horizon scaling should be treated as author claims, not verified measurements.
Stored skills helped, but conditionally. In 528 matched comparisons, standardized skills achieved 61.9% success versus 55.9% for workflow memory. The paired advantage was 6.06 points, with a confidence interval above 0. Against raw execution at 59.1%, however, the interval included 0. The analysis attributes most benefit to stabilizing procedures rather than injecting new facts. Skills reduced some environment and formatting failures, yet introduced their own risk. Guidance could be ignored or applied in the wrong context.
Routing becomes especially fragile as libraries grow. Exact use of the annotated skill fell from 29.6% precision with 5 candidates to 3.3% with 100, even while overall task success stayed roughly stable. That does not prove retrieval quality is irrelevant. The benchmark labels may omit alternative skills that are still useful. Another study found repository repair skills improved 2 executors by roughly 5 to 6 points, but transferring skills across model backbones lost 5.6 to 7 points. Procedure, router, and executor compatibility must be evaluated together.
Long-horizon benchmarks also became more realistic by grading completed artifacts. In a scientific benchmark covering 60 executable projects, the average across 18 configurations fell from 50.91 with detailed procedures to 29.10 with method-level guidance and 26.62 without methodological guidance. The authors interpret the large first drop as an operationalization bottleneck. That is plausible but not causal proof, and the scores do not validate the benchmark's superintelligence framing. The tested agents also lacked external tool access.
A professional workflow benchmark told a similarly sober story. Across 97 market-derived tasks, the best strict success rate was 31.27%, although leading mean scores were around 73.6. Strict success required a score of at least 90, so partial progress often failed the completion threshold. Difficult tasks were deliberately selected, and one judge model supported automatic scoring. Editorially, the two benchmarks form a useful connection because both assess multi-stage artifacts rather than isolated answers. Neither provides evidence that one influenced the other.
Safety results show why complete trajectories matter. Harness risk observed attack success ranging from 12.6 to 80.87% across 14 model and harness configurations, while benign utility remained between 75 and 97.6%. A separate DeepSeek harness assessment recorded full indirect injection success in 819 of 14,560 runs, or 5.6%. One hidden Unicode file condition reached 25.5%, yet the corresponding text mode reached 0. These are measured configuration-specific outcomes, not universal vulnerability rates.
The editorial connection is strong. Both studies follow hostile instructions carried inside artifacts through tool-using execution, rather than inspecting only the final answer. Yet their harnesses differ in several uncontrolled ways, and one study used simulated syncs without testing defenses. A decisive follow-up would independently swap system prompts, provenance encoding, tool schemas, approval gates, persistent state, and carrier normalization. Researchers should measure attack success and useful task completion together, so refusing everything is not mistaken for robust safety.
Outside agents, video representation work challenged pixel reconstruction as the main design target. V-Ray used frozen foundation model features as compressed semantic latents. Under a shared token budget, it reported generation scores of 117.86 and 19.16 on two datasets, versus 143.00 and 41.66 for the best non-V-Ray alternatives, where lower is better. Its temporal latent diagnostic correlated more strongly with generation quality than reconstruction did. Those are associations across evaluated tokenizers, not evidence that semantic structure caused the improvement.
AVA encoder pursued a different semantic representation, editable, text-centered film knowledge graphs. On 18 videos with a common decoder, reconstruction accuracy reached 49% versus 28.3% for the strongest external baseline. But the same model family participated in encoding and evaluation, and editing evidence was mostly qualitative. Across visual editing more broadly, several papers reported better instruction fidelity, high-resolution preservation, restoration speed, or safety. Synthetic targets and automated judges were common, so blinded human evaluation remains an important missing check.
Systems work delivered striking but narrow efficiency results. Free tokens served a 35 billion parameter mixture of experts model at 77 to 83 tokens per second on one RTX 5090, and a 753 billion parameter model at 14.9 tokens per second on one workstation GPU in its test. Dynamic multi-byte prediction produced verified speedups from 1.42 to 1.74 times at 373 million parameters. These measurements depend on specific hardware, batch one or mostly single request workloads, models, and tasks. Concurrent users, tail latency, energy, and other accelerators remain open.
Mathematical research showed both promise and selection risk. MathForm reported 88.06% compilation and 72.37% semantic consistency at 8 attempts across 6 auto-formalization benchmarks, though semantic consistency used an imperfect model judge. Another pipeline reduced 51,110 papers to 4,717 attempts and 77 recommendations. All 15 interest-selected items that received human review were judged correct, but that sample was small, non-random, and included one already solved result. A conceptual personalized research agent paper offered no implementation or empirical result.
The broader limitation is collection quality. This was a partial daily run. Markdown was unavailable for 27 papers. One analysis was abstract only, and several sources were truncated. Many studies omitted repeated run uncertainty or statistical tests. Open questions therefore matter as much as leaderboards. Can applicability-aware routers abstain? Can early trajectory warnings improve completion? Can video representations and generator choices be separated causally? And can mathematical recommendations be randomly audited and formally verified at an affordable review cost?
The concise takeaway is this. Today's evidence favors engineering agents as complete executable systems, not isolated models. Harness native training can deliver sizable gains, but credit assignment, portability, and security remain unresolved. Skills mostly stabilize procedure. Artifact-level benchmarks reveal large autonomy gaps, and semantic representations look promising without yet proving causality. Treat every number within its stated model, benchmark, hardware, and evaluator. For the paper-by-paper evidence, caveats, and links, continue to the linked daily summary.